tonight you're going to learn about one of the original 13 colonies. This video is the colony that you are responsible for notes for tomorrow's project. You're going to use these notes working with classmates to create a poster to then teach the rest of your classmates about your colony. So let's get started. First is Massachusetts Bay. Now, Massachusetts Bay is one of the most infamous colonies because it was founded by the Pilgrims. Originally, though, they were called Puritans, and we later changed that name to Pilgrims. And they founded Plymouth Colony in 1620. When they came over on boat, before they came to shore, they had everyone stay on the boat and agree to the Mayflower Compact. And this was a social contract that was written down which made the men agree to form a government and obey its laws. And it becomes the first example of self-government in the colonies. Now, only men signed it because, of course, at that time, only men were seen as powerful or to have an opinion or a voice. Women were just their property. Now, in 1630, 10 years later, more Puritans come to America. And as the colony begins to expand, they start settling other cities within the Massachusetts Bay Colony. And the first town that was established outside of Plymouth was Boston. In Boston, they established a republic form of government. And this is similar to what we have today. It means you elect your officials, and your officials go and represent you in the government. Again, they showed growth to forming a stronger, better government in Massachusetts Bay. The colonists coming to this area were mainly in search of religious toleration or religious freedom. In England, they weren't allowed to practice the religion that they chose, or they had to practice it in secrecy or go against persecution. So coming to the New World, Pilgrims knew that they wanted to have that religious freedom. However, they weren't the most religious tolerant. They tolerated their own religion that they practiced, but not others. In fact, they executed Quakers who came to the area if they felt the Quakers went against their way. Most of these citizens that came to the Massachusetts Bay Colony were of middle class and poor. They had skilled labor, but they still were of the lower class. That makes it almost easier to establish a colony because they're all on equal level. No one knows what it feels like to have a lot of power. Now, living in this area was rough to grow food in. We know that the Pilgrims, from our presentation last night, had help from the local Native Americans in learning how to grow food and use the local natural resources in their favor. But the soil in the Northeast is pretty rocky, and it makes it hard to grow a lot of food. So they hunt, they use the natural resources like the forest, and later they're going to develop their ports in Plymouth and in Boston to trade back to the mother country in England. Now these notes, as well as the textbook tomorrow, will help you in your project. I know this video was short, but I assure you will have everything you need to make your poster tomorrow. See you then!